The INFJ personality type has a tendency to continuously surprise people with their unexpected intuitive and philosophical intelligence. Yet, what is it specifically that allows this imaginative type to dive so deep into everyday topics? And are there any other MBTI types that can really relate to the places the INFJ's mind wanders to? Welcome, or welcome back, psychos! Before we get into it, we'd love it if you liked and subscribed to our channel, as well as to click the post notification bell so you never miss a video. Alright, let's get right into the video, starting with number 1. They allow their thoughts to run wild. There's nothing more fascinating to an INFJ than exploring the facets of their own inner mind and utilizing all of its creative capabilities. Whether they're problems, solving an issue, analyzing an individual, projecting future possibilities, or exploring the unanswerable philosophical questions of life. This intuitive type never puts limits on where they allow their mind to wander. This freedom and self-allowance takes away all restraints and pushed beliefs, allowing a clean slate for their authentic ideas and findings to flourish. However, instead of calming their curiosities, this wild exploration only heightens their interests and attention to rather taboo and inconclusive topics, making this ride a never-ending one. Which brings us to our next point. Number 2, they can't help but to see beyond the fabrication of reality. With the bravery and curiosity to ask the questions nobody else wants to ask, INFJs tend to get a grip on the reality side of reality rather quickly in life. By reluctantly, yet persistently learning about why certain systems and traditions are in place, this philosophical type may be considered a conspiracy theorist to those around them should they open up about their views. The fortunate side to this knowledge is that they can step away from certain illusions that have been placed upon them through their upbringing in modern society. The unfortunate side is that it's difficult for the INFJ to help those around them come to their senses about certain mirages and hoaxes being influenced upon them against their conscious permission. Number 3, they intentionally imagine the worst in some people. When the INFJ senses that someone who is unwilling to give equal to what they take, this personality type may resort to using their imaginative skills to take the necessary steps to disconnect. Whether it's lying, cheating, stealing, manipulation, or simply a one-sided relationship, this guarded type will intelligently utilize their future-projecting extroverted sensing and introverted intuition functions to gain an accurate depiction of what could happen. Rather than learning from their mistakes time and time again, the INFJ will pick up on certain signs and see just how much conflict those behaviors could cause in the future. And when they do in fact pull out this self-protection strategy, they can usually imagine some pretty destructive possibilities. Number 4, their mind becomes suspicious when things are going well. Being the problem-solving types they are, INFJs know firsthand what it's like to attract situations and people who need a little analytical input. In fact, not only do most INFJs attract these scenarios, but they live for them, with helping others being one of the only things that bring them true joy in life. So, when there comes the time where there happens to be a shortage of problems that need to be solved, the mind of an INFJ can get a little antsy. When everything seems to be going well in life, they can feel extremely reluctant to let down their intuitive guard and just enjoy the moment of freedom from obligation. In fact, similar to the suspicion of a parent whose toddler is out of sight and being overly quiet, INFJs may even begin suspiciously questioning why everything seems so in order, as if there's something they're not noticing or observing properly. Number 5, they can vividly imagine manifestations. With imagination as one of their key fortes, the INFJ is no stranger to the concept of manifestation. With a constant future-projecting mindset and the self-given freedom to think whatever they please, this imaginative type can easily picture their wildest dreams in detail. Whether it's their helpless romantic attitude, outlook on love, or their deep longing to unplug from the social grid and build a self-sufficient homestead, these dreamy ideas can easily wisp the INFJ away into a full-blown visualization meditation without them even realizing it. With vivid details and a boundless array of inspiration found through their rather taboo and out-of-the-norm interests, they can come up with some pretty wild possibilities. However, the most interesting part of it all is that if they paid close enough attention, it's not rare for the INFJ to find that they are continuously experiencing the thoughts they once projected in the past, now in the present moment. Number 6. They can't help but to reflect on everything. Just as the INFJ intentionally allows their thoughts to run wild at times, there's another side of things that actually make it so that this personality type can't help but to reflect. In fact, the INFJ is known to literally reflect on everything in their lives. Whether they're taking a simple stroll in the park or watching life go by through a cozy coffee shop window, INFJs are constantly losing themselves in the ponderings of some of the simplest decisions, observations, and questions. Not only does this habit allow them to come up with some seriously life-changing realizations and understandings, but it also allows their mind to travel to the unimaginable. With that being said, there are certainly times where this reflection tendency can cause them to ruminate about things that don't really matter in the long run. And in these times, it can be seriously difficult to put a halt on this autopilot process. Number 7. Natural big picture thinking. Problem solving and piecing together information are some of the INFJ's greatest intellectual strengths. Besides their innate need in knowing all possible possibilities of future outcomes, this personality type comes with a unique big picture view of most concepts. Whether it be a part of their conflict resolution process or not, the INFJ needs to see how things are interconnected and how certain decisions could have a ripple effect through that interconnection. They think outside of the box by using only the necessary details and leaving out the distractions, which gives them the advantage of seeing the entire puzzle. This allows their minds to come to some of the most out-of-reach conclusions, solutions, predictions, and even advice. The most difficult aspect of this INFJ ability is that it's nearly impossible to convince others of what they see from their bird's eye view. Number 8. They can become consumed in their own potential. Most INFJs can agree that they have a rather love-hate relationship with self-improvement. On one end of the scale, if it weren't for this insatiable need to continuously be improving themselves in one way or another, this personality type would probably find themselves living life for everyone else. Yet, on the other end of things, the INFJ's ability to really see and believe what they're capable of can cause them to become consumed in self-expectations. Since their mind is continuously analyzing each area of their lives to critically find ways of improvement, they never get to actually enjoy their achievements. They can easily become consumed in the potential they have, and therefore never feel quite satisfied with where they are in life. Number 9. They never stop learning. On the brighter side of things, one of the many great things about experiencing a never-ending self-improvement guilt is that they're constantly learning new skills. Rooted in the knowledge that they, and every other human, is capable of learning just about anything if they really set their mind to it, INFJs are constantly using this potential to their advantage. Aside from new hobbies and the odd random topic obsession, INFJs learn through their surroundings and seem to end up with knowings that they can't exactly recall how they came about. Because of their unique cognitive function stack, it's not rare for this personality type to find that the complexity of most of their thoughts may not be of interest to most people, especially when it comes to fitting into their age group when in adolescence and young adulthood. And that brings us to our last point. Number 10. They speak in metaphors. One of the reasons INFJs may not feel comfortable collaborating with non-like-minded people is that sometimes the way they explain things can actually end up confusing people. Although the INFJ is always trying to cater their explanations to best fit the individual, sometimes they can end up comparing things that only make matters more confusing. However, on the occasions where these rather witty comparisons and analogies are acknowledged and enjoyed by another, the INFJ ends up feeling quite accomplished. In fact, despite their chameleon tendencies of adapting explanations and simplifications to individual people, These metaphors usually come without them even realizing, sometimes even surprising themselves in the process. Well, psychos, that's it for today. Let us know in the comments below of a time you've shocked yourself with your own thoughts or ideas as an INFJ. Also, make sure to leave us a like, share with your friends, and also subscribe to our channel so that you never miss a video.